What's going on, everybody? HR Falcons 22 back here again. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Columbia, South Carolina. Sunny, 68 degrees outside, and I am done with class for really the rest of the, well, until like 7 o'clock. So I figured I would go ahead, I didn't want to do like a dip review. I thought about doing a dip review, and then I was kind of like, meh. And I just more kind of like, I don't know, I felt in the mood for like just taking a dip and sharing with you guys this epiphany that I had this morning, and it really like just completely blew my mind, and it totally applies to like if you're a dipper, like if even if you're just like a human being in general, like it was an epiphany that like completely like changed the way that I see myself and like others and shit, like, and not in like a philosophical, like, deeply crazy way or anything, but it just like it all made sense all at one time. So before we do that, let's go ahead and take a dip. We are dipping Copenhagen straight today because finals week is coming up, and every time like finals week hits, I go out and I just invest in a log of Copenhagen straight, because God knows that during finals week I just go through like can a day. It's like fucking clockwork. So let's go ahead and we'll have a little discussion here on YouTube right now, because I don't know, after I like had this crazy epiphany and everything, I was just like, damn, like I need to see if like people agree with me, or like if I'm the only crazy fucking person out there. So like I was literally running around the dorm and like asking people, being like, hey, like what do you think about this? And some people were like, oh, what the fuck? And then other people were like, yeah, dude, that makes total sense. So all right. So my epiphany this morning. I get up early, pretty much every morning, and I go for a run. My dorm is like south of the gym and at school, and the gym is kind of like on top of a hill almost. So I always like during the morning, I like it's just so shitty for the first probably 2 to 3 minutes of the run, and then I like get kind of up to the top of the hill, and it's just smooth sailing from then on out. Working out in the morning, like choosing to get up early and work out, is without a doubt the best thing I could have ever done for like my health, my sanity. Like, it's the best thing anybody could do. Like if you're stuck in a fucking like rut right now, and you're on the other end of your computer and you're taking a dip with me like on YouTube, and you're just like, ah, fuck man, like I've got homework, like I didn't work out today, I didn't like do this, I didn't do that, like whatever. Start getting up early. I promise you, if you just like get up early, make a habit of it out of like over a week, get up early, go work out. I swear to you, it will absolutely change your life. But so what I was thinking about was just some of the comments and like the discussions on all my videos, and for better or for worse, like thank you guys for, I don't know, just being cool and like talking. Like it's good to have like dip discourse, I feel like, because then dip discourse kind of leads to like more discussions about like health and like philosophy, all that kind of stuff. But so here's the epiphany that I had. Who is somebody else, like whether it's on YouTube or like in general, who is anybody else to tell me that I can't dip, or that dipping is unhealthy, or that this, that, or the other, when I'm the one that's getting up at 5:45 in the morning and going to run and work out and be healthy as shit, and they're not. And I just kind of sat there and I was like, huh, okay, well yeah, I dip, I get that, like dip not good for you. I've never said that like dip is good for you. It's obviously not. But when does working out and like being a healthy person, like if you work out and you are a healthy person, and like I guarantee I'm healthier than like 95% of fucking people out there, like aside from, I don't know, bodybuilders or some shit, but like so like who is somebody else who isn't as healthy as me and isn't as like, you know, not to like look down upon them, but like they're looking down on you. They're being like, oh, you can't dip, like, you know, what, dipping's bad for you. Like, yeah, well, also fucking sitting around and not exercising and drinking fucking Diet Coke and sitting around watching TV all day, like that's not too healthy for you either. So like, am I healthier than you because I dip? No, but I am healthier than you because I fucking work out, I eat right, I like do all the right things. And it was completely like crazy to me how, I don't know, just how real it is. Like if you're a dipper and like say you work out, say you're like, you know, you eat right, you do everything else right, then dipping really isn't that bad for you, like at all, because you're doing everything else like healthy. You're being a healthy person otherwise. You're like, you know, you're working out, you're eating right, you know, maybe you meditate, maybe you do yoga like I do. And like if you're doing all those things and somebody's gonna like fucking tear you down just for dipping, then that's dumb. Unless they're doing the same exact thing, unless they're like, you know, a model of perfect health or whatever. If like you know, someone who was like just yoked as shit and ate perfectly healthy and like, you know, meditated and everything, and like he, you know, someone like that told me like, oh, you know, dip is bad for you, I'd be like, you know what, you're right, you're very right, and you have every right to tell me that because you are healthier than I am. But when you're not healthier than I am and you don't work out like I do and you don't fucking like, you know, do all the right things and you don't just work as hard as like you or, you know, me or you or fucking anybody else out there, then that gives you no right to like, you know, say, oh, well dip is bad for you, like whatever. I don't know. And it kind of led to just this utterly earth-shattering epiphany, like, and I looked it up. I like looked up kind of. I never would have thought that I would search like jealous people calling out other people for being unhealthy on Google, like, but apparently I fucking did this morning, and I stumbled upon this amazing Joe Rogan video, and like sometimes I don't like Joe Rogan because he's like so abstract and everything that it kind of comes off as like condescending and shit, but at the same time, Joe Rogan is one of the most underrated critical thinkers of our generation. Like, if you want to be a better person or you want to like, you know, just have your mind like probed and like, you know, you want to be led to like discover all these different things about yourself, go look up Joe Rogan's videos. I promise you, they will absolutely like change your life for the most part. And I stumbled upon this video of his where he talks about just like jealous people, dumb people, like fat people, you know, everything like that. And he pretty much, the synopsis of the video is like, he talks about how selfish it is that like people who aren't healthy or who are fat or who are dumb or who are like, you know, whatever, that they try and like level the playing field of everybody else by suddenly making it like, oh, you know, if you only like somebody because they're sexually attractive, then you're shallow, or if your only goal in life is to make money, then you're shallow, you know, like whatever. And like Joe Rogan's point is that people like that only say things like that to level the playing field, to make people feel like, oh, I can't go to the gym because that'll come off as shallow, or like I can't make money like because then I'll seem shallow, like, you know, whatever. When in reality, all that those like the fat and dumb people, all that they're doing is just like bringing everybody down to their level because they can't compete and they don't want to compete. Like maybe they could compete, they're just too lazy to fucking do it. Like, I don't know. And I don't know, it completely raised all these like different thoughts and like questions in my head and shit, and I just sat and I literally thought about it. I sat in my room and stared at the wall and just like thought about, I don't know, just all this different stuff. And like I've been watching Joe Rogan videos for probably the past 2 hours or so. So like if you're equally as bored as I am right now, and your econ final is optional, so you don't have to go to class at 5:30, check out Joe Rogan's shit. I promise you, like this dude is like, even though like everybody would be like, oh, well, Joe Rogan, what could he possibly have to say? Like, he was the host of Fear Factor, and he's on the UFC channel. What a douche, like, whatever. Joe Rogan is a very smart dude, and I promise you, if you watch his videos, you will be, like, led to think about yourself in a completely different way. So, that was kind of my epiphany that I had. Also, I did start thinking about, and maybe it's just like a question to, I don't know, leave you guys with, because I'm probably going to go play golf right now like I do every other fucking day. But the question that I kind of like raised in my mind and that I was thinking about is, in America today, in just our culture, it's almost encouraged that in order to be successful, we have to like stomp out the competition. We have to like fucking demoralize and destroy like the people that are competing with us. And I seriously dwelled on that for probably, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, just thinking about like, where did this notion come from that you have to like crush other people in order to be successful? Where did that even come from? Like, that's bullshit. That's nonsense. Like, the best way to be a good person and to like live a happy life and to just be like, you know, someone that everybody else wants to be around and that people want to help and that people want to share in the successes of, you know, all that kind of stuff. The best way to just be a better person, period, is just be cool to people. Like, be fucking chill with people. Don't just call people shallow because, like, you know, they're jacked as shit and they have a six-pack and you don't because you're fucking fat and lazy. Don't be like, oh, well, I'm sure he just spends all day at the gym. Like, I bet he's real interested. Whatever. Maybe he is interesting. Like, Joe Rogan says the same exact thing. Maybe he is interesting. Like, you don't know about other people. And so I know it's tough. I know it's shitty because every day I see people that like do things or say things that I'm just like, God, fuck this person. Like, you know, what a piece of shit. But in other ways, I think about it, I'm like, damn, how much cooler and or like easier would life be if you were just like cool to everybody you met? Like, you know, just think about that. Think about like being as nice to as many people as you can every day is probably, along with getting up and working out early, is probably the best thing you can do for yourself. So, I don't know, that was just my like life epiphany and everything. So I'll go ahead and end this fucking video now so that I can go play golf. I'll be coming back pretty soon. I did find Timberwolf Peach, so I will be doing a dip review on that soon. Wish me luck, because I'm going to play a pretty hard course right now, and it's probably not going to go too well. I shot like 6-7 over par last time. I was like, God, well, like, and I feel like I have to take golf lessons or like do whatever. So anytime I spend in my room and I like look up on YouTube like golf tips and shit. So maybe I should probably just go out and practice and stop being a pussy. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any like thoughts on my epiphany, you agree, you disagree, you know, whatever, feel free to comment. Thank you guys for watching.